in Mishabura. Page 106, Kufa involved Mishabura Hills Tilling. It says not only do you have to make sure that the box is square, even the base where the box sits in, right? That also has to be square. There's also halachim mishmisina according to the majority of the poskim. Gamzehu beribua gomor k'mo batfira. V'avtim ruva mamish melech sabatim. Dahainu sheyeh betachlis hatzimtzum. Who come up in Nimno, he mentioned this yesterday. He says, although to have it exactly square is something which is nearly impossible. You do it to your best ability. Okay. Moshavon, the Moshav, that's the base. The base also has to be square. V'hu ha-titura, that's called the titura. Where the box sits on, that's called the titura, the base of the tefillin. Nainu, sheyachtor v'hamaberto b'shnei tztodov, de shenikar ribua hatitura. You know what he's saying? You could have the outer box is square, but he says you should cut into the base, that there's a ridge in there, that you see the squareness of the base. Because really, I mean, the fact is you have the back sticking out, right, where the strap goes through. But factually, it's like cut in around the base. You have a square. How do you want to get a pair of tefillin?
Rabbi, are they supposed to, the tefillin, the way they look, do they represent? They're supposed to represent something that looks like that? Why does it look like that? They just know, you have no idea.
I mean, there's a reason. I mean, Kabbalah, it's a chok.
Right, but it doesn't represent
black. What do you eat black? Right, it has to be blackened.
But it has a form. It has a real form.
Yeah. Let's do the. You see? The strap goes through to the back, but there's a ridge around the bias, which is square, and that's in the base. See? So, but if you don't cut in there to make that, the indentation, the ridge, you don't see the squareness, because it's like part of the back.
This back part is separate from the.
I mean, it's one piece of leather, but it's squared out where the bias sits. That area is identified through that ridge, which circumscribes the bias. It has to be one piece. They rely on glue or stitching, but it has to be one piece of leather. It's always it has aloha one piece, right? Okay. Because today most tefillin made orechot, gasos. Yeah, it says gasos. They're good, but same thing, because to show it wasn't glued, it wasn't stitched, it was literally one piece of leather. Okay? Zen nichnas, 1 second. V'gam yesh lo hashgiach binyan hatfira. Okay, we're talking about the stitches. The stitches are also, it's stitched in a square. Ki machma shesofrim osim dekovim gedolim ktsas. Yeah, this is very important. What happens if you drill the holes, they're too wide? So if they're exact, so then the square stays. But if the stitches are too wide, the stitches move around, right? The titura has to be exactly square. Mishmur says today many people are not careful to make sure the tefillin are square. I feel medaktim mitzvahs. Even people who are meticulous in mitzvahs in other areas, kim al rosh habatim, shubruvoin ve'eshkichan al titura. I mean, the bias itself, they make sure it's square. But the titura, the base, v'alatfiros shugamke mi'ikar adin v'udover hanokol sakin. That's something which can be corrected very easily. But people don't pay attention to it. basically it's amaratzas. I mean, that's why you have to give your tefillin to a sofer to make sure to check him. So it's not only checking the Parshas, right? They say the halacha is if you have gasos, you never have to check your tefillin unless something happened which may suspect that the Parshas were affected. Like you left your tefillin in a damp location. You left them in your car in the back window in the summer, so the heat was so intense it could actually invalidate the tefillin. Because that hot, it could actually cause the letters on the parchment to actually peel off the crack from the heat, right? But besides this person, I didn't. But you have to check in for the outer part of the tefillin. Are the straps sufficiently black? Is the square? Is it still squared? Is the bias that's we're saying, the stitches, are they still square? Maybe they became stretched out over time. You know, very often tefillin they could fit, and over time by pulling the straps, they stretch out, they become too big. Right, leather stretches. So eventually, sometimes they need new ritzuas. They have to be made smaller. Otherwise, they're too big. The tefillin. Gamma batim, the lo k'moshenogim k'tzas laso shel yad agula berosho, rakshem raveh hatitur melavato. Here, today we don't see these things. People at one time, he says, the shel yad, the top was roundish. And they made sure only the titur was square. Ela ben shel yad, ben shel rosh yimruvoyim, v'akavona b'shal rosh, shervabad bim yachad yimruvoyim, v'lo kol echad b'fnei atzmo. He said earlier, remember we had that each compartment has to be the same size, but in all of them together have to create that square. V'aribua habatim tzorach lios b'chol meshech govon. Here, it's not enough to be square on top. What happens? Lower down, it actually indents. It's narrower. No, it has to be an exact square from top to bottom. Somebody just walked. They dover achish metiach aleim. Anakam sim kuf sivkot and pikuf beg.